What's up guys? I guess this is day 51 and I've got a lot to say because I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been very busy traveling the past couple of days, well more than a couple of days, 11 or so days to be exact, traveling from coast to coast in consecutive trips and competing in WCG USA and IEM. I was a little bit too dumb to realize that I could have just stayed on the East Coast and saved myself a lot of travel time in between WCG USA and IEM New York, but oh well. Also, I feel kind of relegated to doing these vlogs late at night when everybody else is asleep because I'm too embarrassed to do them in the middle of the day when everybody else is awake. So, a recap on WCG USA. It was in Durham, North Carolina, and it was me, Puck, and Zenicider competing for the paid trip to WCG Global Finals in Kunshan, China, which I really wanted to win because I really want to go to China for more events. I really like going to China. I ended up losing 1-2 to Zenicider and 0-2 to Puck, so I ended up getting last out of the top 3, which means I'm still qualified to go to WCG. I just don't get the paid trip, so it's kind of unlikely that I'm actually going to go, and that's a little bit unfortunate, and it was definitely a disappointing performance. The event was at the Escapists, some small anime convention, and it was pretty cool. I got to hang out with Puck and Zenicider, and we saw the movie Gravity, so overall, not the greatest performance. After WCG, I flew back to the Bay Area, where I stayed for literally just one day, and I was able to play my WCS Challenger matches, and was able to win 2-1 against Betrayus and 2-0 against Drunken Boy, so that was pretty cool, although WCS Challenger doesn't seed into WCS Premier League for 2014 apparently, so who knows how useful this actually was. After that, it was immediately flying back to the East Coast to IEM New York. This time I had some company with me. I was able to travel with the Muslim, but the travel was even more difficult this time. We had to take 3 planes to New York and 3 planes coming back actually, and it was definitely a very tiring flight. So at IEM I played in the open bracket and I beat Shu and then lost to DRG in what were pretty close games. I felt like I played decently well and could have won, especially the first game. Then I ended up beating Siphon and then losing to Sasquatch. So again, it wasn't the best performance, but I was eliminated. Definitely was a little bit disappointed because if I had beaten Sasquatch I would have played Life, and Life had lost to DRG 2-0, and I had felt like I played pretty well against DRG, so I would have really liked to see how I would have done against Life, but unfortunately I was not able to get to play him. Life ended up winning the tournament actually too, so definitely something that would have been interesting to think about. I also ended up getting a little bit jealous because the alternative to going to IEM was to go to IEF 2013 in Korea, which I did get an invite to, but I turned it down. I was advised and encouraged to go to IEM because it would have better exposure and would just be a better event, I guess. But Zenicider ended up taking my spot instead and ended up winning the event, which is really, really great for him. And so I feel a little bit jealous because he did win $10,000, which is a really, really nice sum of money. Still, IEM was definitely fun. Did a lot of cool things, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. And during the event, some cool things happened too. For example, Carmack just randomly pulled me on stage and I had no idea what was going on, and he put me in a Captain America suit and I just randomly did some stuff on the stage, so that was kind of cool. Hopefully next time something like that happens I'm a little bit more prepared so I can, you know, show off some cool moves or something. On Friday, after I'd already been knocked out of the tournament, I went with my good friend Sasquatch and one of my stream mods, Jnoon, and we went to an Artie concert in the Pasha Club in New York, which is apparently a pretty famous club, and this is the first time I actually went to a concert to see someone. It's definitely a really cool experience. Jnoon actually ended up getting us in for like $10 because he knew how to pull the ropes and the tricks of the trade, and it saved us pretty much $60. It was a really, really fun concert, and afterwards my hearing was totally muffled and my feet were super sore, but it was definitely worth it. Also, I just want to talk a little bit about the hotel we were staying in, which was the Hotel Pennsylvania. Apparently it's pretty famous, but it's also very, very old. So when we got in, it was kind of like spooky a little bit, and it was kind of interesting. Wasn't the best hotel, I'd have to say, but had a pretty good location, and it was really cold at night, and I had to share beds with the Muslim and Revival. But the hotel did have some nice character, so it was a cool experience living there as well. The next 2 days was basically me just hanging out more with people. I hung out with Sasquatch, the Muslim, and some of our sponsor reps from Kingston, HyperX, and Intel, and that was definitely really fun. And then I went to the Twitch party on Sunday. And then after that we returned back to the Bay Area. So overall, not the greatest of performances, like I said, and I really hope I can start doing better. But there are a lot of opportunities still coming up, so hopefully they will provide me some chances to redeem myself. And we've got the Red Bull qualifier, DreamHack qualifier, IEM Singapore qualifier, so lots of things coming up soon. Some good news is all the time on the flights, I was able to actually start studying a bit more for the MCAT and read about 300 pages of my MCAT biology book, so that's definitely pretty good progress, and I did do some more reading today as well, so hopefully I can keep it up and keep making at least some slow progress towards my goal of taking the MCAT later this year. Well, I guess that's it for now. See you guys in the next update.